Hello subscribers and new friends. My name is Mia and today we are going to do a fun makeover. I hope you enjoy. Okay, I'm going to show you a before shot at this time. As you can see, the walls are very colorful, very saturated, and we have just a little bit of all the bright colors going on. This was a little girl's room. She has now moved into a teenage space into the basement, and her mother would like to convert this into her home office as well as keeping a bed in there for a guest. I'm just gonna show you around so you can see what we are working with. Before we get too far, I do want to let you know that we are working within a pretty limited budget, and also I'm trying to keep the design aesthetic within the homeowner's taste so that it will meld well with the rest of her home. I will be doing a lot of thrifting as that is my specialty, and so I hope you love it too. The very first decision that I wanted to make was on paint color. I knew I wanted it to be light, bright, and serene, so I went with a green. These are some of the paint samples I brought home. There are so many shades of green, but what I went with was Bare Balanced Green. I thought it was a neutral type of green, but also had a brightness to it that I thought would work well with the lighting in the room. And here we are putting on the first coat of paint. I really enjoyed working with this paint because I did not need to use a separate primer. The first coat is actually acting as the primer, and then the second coat is what gives it a beautiful finish. Here's how it looked with only one coat on the wall, and you can see it's doing a really good job of covering up those bright colors so far. All right, and here we have the finished paint. It has now dried, and I've kind of set up some furniture in a new placement. I moved the bed to a different wall. We are keeping the bed, we are keeping the desk, and the homeowner also wanted to keep her 9-cube storage organizer. I also got a nightstand out of another room that wasn't being used. And so we've got the basic furniture in place as well as the painting done, which is the bulk of the work. And then we will have fun with the accessories and decorating. Once I got the paint on the wall, I realized that I could go several different directions with the accessory colors. I had thought about maybe using a dark blue, which I thought would be very beautiful in the room, but I also liked the idea of using shades of green, particularly dark green. I knew once I went to the thrift store, I would find my muse, and I certainly did. I found this vintage Ralph Lauren pillowcase, and it was just so beautiful, 100% cotton and just in pristine condition. And I loved how it looked, very cottagey, and with those greens, I knew I had to go with greens and some pinks and reds. I didn't buy a lot of new things. I like to find thrifted items and reuse things, but I wanted to get her fresh bedding, so I went with this all white comforter. This is just kind of showing you the color story that I went with. I found lots of art prints. I used some, most of them actually were thrifted. One is my original art piece, and I only really bought one new. That is my original art piece I decided I would donate for the makeover. The cat is the only new print that I had to buy. The rest all thrifted, which is my favorite way to find things. I like the idea of having a gallery wall that is eclectic. It's a mix of different styles that are sort of all pieced together with the same color story, and that makes it work. Here is that beautiful pillowcase that was my inspiration, and I also put a dark green, more modern throw pillow with it, which I think the juxtaposition of the vintage and the modern is beautiful. I had got a vintage side lamp for the side table, as well as a vintage little dish for rings or earrings that a guest might want to store for the night. Here's the nightstand that I took from another room. And just some cottagey type hydrangeas in a cottage basket. I used white shears to let in as much light as possible, being that that is the only window. I wasn't really concerned with privacy because there's no houses behind them and it's tree lined in the back. Plus we're on the second level. Here are some shots of the gallery wall. This piece I found at the thrift store was just so pretty. Here's the cat. I just loved the cat for some reason. I was drawn to her and had to get her. Some little cactus prints. And another little plant print. And then this was the homeowner's daughter's painting, so I wanted to put a little bit of something from her daughter on the wall. This is a little cottage lamp that was thrifted. These are just, and that chair was also thrifted. I loved the color. It was already painted that color. I did buy her a new side chair in the corner. So I hope that overall you enjoy the space. This was the homeowner's painting that she already had. I incorporated it onto the wall across from the bed. And there's her storage cubes. I did add some green bins to that. And here's some shots of the room. Hope you enjoy. I hope you will consider subscribing because it truly does give me motivation to continue to make videos, knowing that there are people out there who are enjoying them. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.